Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from Gold Squadron Flight Club. This is your premier community event series here. Super excited. We got players playing against each other every Saturday with different list building themes, and it's super fun. It's one of my favorite streams that we do here weekly. By the way, we stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Excuse me, not Fridays. Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays here on Gold Squadron channel on Twitch. So hopefully you guys can join us. And this round and all of our rounds today have been brought to you by Quat Print Yards. Use that coupon code FlightClub2020 for 10% off. Get those awesome 3D printed dial covers and other X-Wing bits, all kinds of things there. Tokens, target locks. Just, take a look. Type !Quat in the chat to get the link, or just go to quatprintyards.com to take a look. My co-host for this round is...
my name is Thomas Kohler, and I am from Reno, Nevada. So, home of that sign. Yeah, and I'm looking forward. I appreciate the invite to do commentary. It's kind of something that I've wanted to try out for quite a while. I think it's probably going to be a little more difficult than I'm used to, but you make it look so easy. So.
No worries. You know what? As long as if you say one good thing during this commentary, that's a win. All right. Gotcha. One insightful comment and you're golden. That's what you're looking for. All right. No pressure.
I see what you did there. No pressure. No, and honestly, I do have to say, I mean, currently just to look at the starts. It's interesting to watch. The Republic player is obviously looking to bide some time with the Naboo Handmaiden for sure, but is charging forward really quickly with the Torrent. So, and I'm sure Sinker will probably follow suit.
Absolutely. Now let's go ahead and break down those lists, Thomas.
As I mentioned just before, I'm really kind of interested to see how this goes. Yeah. So. On the Rebel side, we have AP5 in the Sheath Pede with Phantom, so it looks like he is currently docked. We also have Chopper with passive sensors, Zeb Aurelios, a hull upgrade, and Ghost. We have Arvel's Crinid with Predator and Intimidation, always a good combo. And then last but not least, we have Braylon Stram with stabilized S-foils and the Auto Blasters. And for the Republic, we have a Naboo Handmaiden with advanced proton torpedoes. We have one Gold Squadron trooper who's just base. We have Sinker with a 7th Fleet Gunner. And we have Mace Windu and a Delta 7B who is currently decoyed.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm curious to see who wins out in this match. Thomas, if I gave you 10,000 Gold Squadron points and said, all right, pick my winner, who are you going with?
Currently, just based off of what I'm seeing, it's I would favor the Rebels. Right now, outside of Mace Windu and the Advanced Proton Torpedoes Handmaiden, I don't see a lot of super duper punch from the Republic. The one thing that I would say is also going for it is that, a lot of times Gold Squadron troopers are used as bump machines, as well as some, decent firepower when they're in Sinker's sides arcs. And so this list doesn't fear bumping. It obviously can still deal with that with both Arvel and with Zeb on Chopper. So currently I'd give the edge to that, just to off the top of my head.
All right. Well, looking at the betting from our audience, we have a 83% favorite in Steve's court. 83%. That is absolutely massive.
I would say, so I don't know how many people here like football, but the one sad fact of my football life is that I am an Atlanta Falcons fan. And they were up 28-3 in a Super Bowl and still lost.
This is true.
Which my friends remind me of this day. Yeah, so anything's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Anything's possible.
Now we have Chopper and the Rebels here staying in formation. Very cool little barrel roll out there for Arvel to keep Chopper in the formation. And it looks like they're probably going to try to collide here with Sinker. One of the interesting choices in this squad I find is that William brought Sinker at all. He has the 7th Fleet Gunner as well. I'm wondering what other, because again, the challenge here in building for Republic is the fact that you couldn't repeat more than 2 of the same chassis. But Sinker, likes to have, the more generics you have out there for Sinker, the more multiplicative his ability becomes. In this case, you could only actually use the offensive ability with the Torrent and the Handmaiden. And also, the Handmaiden is not going to be a part of the equation for a while.
Yeah, although doesn't Sinker just say friendly ships? So it shouldn't. It's just anything within 1 to 2 of his side arcs.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's only generics. Maybe I'm thinking of a different ability. I've been wrong before. It's any prime. You're right. Any friendly ship.
Yeah. The real question is how obviously, I mean, in most X-Wing games, it's all about the approach and jockeying for position. In that regard, where it looks like Mace landing on the cloud, probably, obviously he could still fine-tune controls off of that without difficulty, but I wonder if that was a little bit of a mistake, but looks like he got away unscathed.
Yeah, no problem. I could barrel roll off of it. No big deal. No big.
Yeah. But with Sinker, it looks like he might try to run Sinker just continuously along the edge as long as he could to try and benefit both Mace and the Torrent. But it does kind of make you wonder if it's a points thing on why he didn't bring someone like, say, Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wolf does give you that added little extra punch, and is good on the coming and going portions of that.
Yeah, but then you couldn't have Mace. With the scaling initiative rules, you could not have Mace. You would have had to switch out. I think, is it Luminara who's an Initiative 3 Jedi? No, who's Initiative 3? Ahsoka's a 3.
Ahsoka?
Yeah. Ahsoka or a Jedi Knight was your other option. So just looks like William wanted to go for a stronger offensive punch there with Mace.
For certain. Well, and not to discount the fact that Mace has 3 Force. So that for keeping the Aether Sprite pretty agile, it requires a lot of Force, which I like the Jedi Knights but I would be wary of trying to have that be essentially, like, for lack of a better term, a closer, because at the very least Mace is going to be squirrely. He still will deliver quite the punch, and he's a high enough initiative where he can certainly take advantage of it against a lot of ships. So, and currently the only person that even seems to come close is Braylon. So he should, if it was to just come down to those two, then I think that Mace would be very well off.
Mm-hmm. One of the interesting choices in the squad selection as well for William, bringing the advanced proton torpedo with the Naboo Handmaiden. A lot of the times the initiative ones don't do too much work in a squad, or they feel like they can be not as important. When you have a Naboo Handmaiden carrying around a advanced proton torpedo, that can get real scary, especially when you got a 0 agility ship out there in Chopper.
Yes, absolutely. And it definitely looks like he's wanting to keep it outside for a possible flank attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think that the advanced protons probably make it enough of a threat where it's going to give some people pause, for certain. But it's not, it's not like having Rick out there where, if he's unaccounted for, he becomes a real nuisance.
Oh yeah.
So. But it looks like if they don't get engaged this turn, it probably is going to be next. And so we'll have to see how the engagement starts.
A quick note right there. You see the ship ability from AP5 because he is docked. The comm shuttle says while you are docked, your carrier ship gains the coordinate, and before your carrier ship activates, it may perform a coordinate action. So that's why AP5 is not on the table right now. You have that chopper carrying him inside of the Ghost.
Correct. And it's actually, it's nice because both of the shuttles do something very beneficial while they're docked.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of docked ships obviously do, but being able to coordinate at the beginning before you move is actually, surprisingly effective. I ran a Ghost a while back in a kind of a, not a jank tank tournament, but something somewhat
something
similar.
Of the sorts.
And, yeah, something of the sorts, and it's definitely having that free coordinate. I ended up having actually two Ghosts, one with the title, or two VCX 1000s, and the ability to coordinate before was priceless. And one of my favorite Imperial pilots is also Vizier, kind of for the same reason.
Mm-hmm. All right, Arvel moving up here with the boosts and trying to get in the way. Arvel again can overlap and still shoot. Has Predator and Intimidation there.
Yes, so he's great for blocking for sure, because and the great combo with Predator is that more than likely the person will be in bullseye. Facing off against Sinker is, I would say daring, to say the least, because it definitely looks like it's range 2. So no extra bonuses for anybody, but still red dice are a lot less fickle than green.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Sinker's going to be facing down a couple of these Rebel ships. So you see that Braylon and Arvel will have some pretty good shots, modified as well.
Yeah.
I believe even the...
Oh, there we go.
There you go. There's the barrel roll.
Yeah. I was about to say, now, one thing about Braylon is he does have the auto blasters. I don't... and the barrel roll does actually bring him into bullseye, it appears. So that, is going to be extra special for Sinker. Sinker is probably in a bad position here.
Yep. Now Mace Windu did bump there.
Ooh.
So no fine-tuned controls, because that does have to be fully executed.
Fully correct. That's a big problem, because if he had not bumped, he could definitely probably help out a little bit more in the fight and potentially benefit from Sinker's ability, but it appears that is not going to happen this time.
Here's the first shot, range 2. And that's 3 hits.
That's some natties. But Sinker responds in the best way he could.
There you go. Takes 2 shields. He's going to spend the target lock in order to perform the bonus attack using the B-Wing's stabilized S-foils. After you perform an attack, you may spend your lock on the defender to perform a bonus cannon attack against that ship using a cannon you have not attacked with this turn. Here we go. And nothing there. Has the focus and the rerolls from his ability available. And that's going to be another 3 hits.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So Sinker is already very much hurting.
Sinker not happy. Already down the 4 hole.
Yeah. So thankfully, Mace is, while he's not in the best position, he is able to still take a pot shot, though. So hopefully he will be able to come back a little bit.
Here we go. 7th Fleet Gunner trigger from Sinker. So Mace will have another dice from downtown going into Chopper. 4 dice. Only has the Force. Probably spends one here to make it 3.
Yeah, I believe that's probably the easier call for Mace. You're going to get the 1 Force back for sure. And it's also a good call on using the 7th Fleet Gunner because right now it looks like Sinker might not be long for the world. And, you want to get that use out of it.
Chopper did roll the 1 evade, so that was 2 shields gone. And here's Arvel, has Predator for rerolls available as well as a focus. 2 dice, and that's going to be 2 after spending the focus.
2 dice. That's a good shot. Personally, I would probably be tempted to take the Predator reroll, but it looks like he wants the dedicated damage.
Yeah. Takes 2.
Yeah. Hanging on by a thread.
And going into Chopper again here. While Sinker's alive, take the shots while you can. Hey, got 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spends the lock. Still 2.
Still 2.
And takes 2 more.
Yeah.
Shields are down.
Yeah, and it's not bad for target priority. You got to whittle away the ghost. It takes a long time.
That's right. Does Sinker live past this? Should have 1 more die. 4 dice, right?
Yeah. One of them rolled out of the.
All right, there it is. 2 hits. Spends a lock on the blank and the focus. Yeah. 2 hits. Sinker has a chance.
Sinker
it's range 3, right? 1 more dice.
Yes. Yeah, he should. I believe he should have 1 more.
Yeah. There it is. All right. So Sinker lives with 1.
Yeah. Now it's going to be really interesting kind of how he decides to go about dealing with Sinker. Oh, man, that was just too close. Looks like the Gold Squadron just missed him. But it'll be interesting to see how he decides to handle Sinker because, again, you've got a bunch of ships which don't mind bumping, can shoot you at short range. And so it's going to be interesting to see what gets dialed in for Sinker.
Yeah, agreed. You don't want to get blocked by Arvel because Arvel can shoot you at range 0. And also, do you even have enough room to jump? Who's the first player? Is it William who's first player? Actually, looks like Steve might actually be the first player.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I only see the names in Steam here, so.
Yeah, no worries. The blue player. So if he is the first player, that means that Arvel will come up. You should be able to jump over with Sinker and maybe use that back arc to fire at least that Braylon. Like get 1 more shot before you go.
Exactly. It's also worth pointing out that Sinker does have access, I believe, to a 4K. And honestly, if you're going to go out in a big bright ball of glory, you might want to roll 3 dice instead of 2. So it's because they only have 2 from the back.
That's very true. Or maybe you know what? How about this? What if you? If Arvel blocks you going to the right, I kind of want a 3 bank to the left with the Arc 170 and hope that you can get a block on the Braylon so that you're avoiding that shot coming in. And you say, you know what, I accept my range 1 shot from Chopper, but I get a range 1 shot back.
That's very true. I have to say that, I mean, that would actually not be the worst play. I think it comes down to whether or not he wants to try and save Sinker at all, or just kind of decides that his fate is what it is. And blocking Braylon, I mean, B-Wing's blue maneuvers are usually on the slower end for sure. So I definitely think that he has a good shot. But as you mentioned, it really does come down to where does Arvel go, because Arvel can mess up plans for a lot of people.
Yep. And then here the other question is, Chopper is also initiative 2. Chopper could just jump over Braylon. Like that's a possibility as well. And because he has Zeb, he's like, hey, let's meet at range 0.
Yeah.
But again, that also doesn't hurt Sinker either, because you still get to shoot. So because Zeb works both ways.
Correct. And you'll also note that one thing about this is that both Braylon and Arvel are stressed, so therefore you can't actually use the coordinate at the beginning of the activation.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
If you know, yeah, and if it wasn't, that would actually give you a little some extra concerns for the Republic player, because you know, if he had a coordinate for one or both, then it opens up their movement options much more, and tends to limit the thinking of what you're kind of thinking what they'll do. And right now, you know, with the B-Wing, you know, its best or its fastest blue is a 3 straight, but you're probably looking at like more like a 1 bank or something along those lines, so that he can get into a position around people.
This is going to be an interesting turn. Very interesting turn. This is why the players know too. This is why this planning phase is taking a little bit longer, because this could be a big swing and could potentially, if Steve doesn't call it correctly, you could end up having Sinker around another turn on 1 hull. Because there is a timeline where Sinker doesn't get shot at all.
Absolutely. Well, and something that I have neglected to mention for a few minutes, I'm going to guess that the Naboo Handmaiden is probably looking at a 3 turn into it. And if she 3 turns and target locks, if you are able, like for instance, if we talked about the 3 bump or the 3 bank from Sinker, if he was able to pull that off and either bump Chopper or bump Braylon, which would then in theory, you know, cause other problems, she could get a target lock and a potential range 1 advanced proton shot on the Ghost, and its shields are down. So
here's a little juicy news. She actually got the target lock last turn. So take a focus and have that be fully modified, or use that boost to get you into position.
Absolutely.
It's sneaking that giant model. It hides all.
Yeah, well, and it does the same thing on the actual table.
Yep.
I love that model, but man, it's gigantic. Which part of it why it's cool.
That's right. And
honestly, I'm really kind of wondering. I mean, the blue player is 100% set. So actually,
I think we're ready to go.
So, yeah.
He's going to recharge 7th Fleet Gunner. Ooh, that's an interesting play. That means you're not planning on firing with Sinker. You're just taking that away, and you're essentially going to use Sinker to get a better shot into Chopper.
Yeah. It makes me kind of think that Mace might turn in.
Yeah.
And there's that focus. So he's...
Chopper going big.
Yeah, just clearing Braylon too. Now I'm like, my interest is even more peaked. Ooh, and a reinforce.
Reinforce in the back there against the Handmaiden or against Mace.
Yeah, or potentially he also could have thought that Sinker would do a 4K. And the Gold Squadron guy comes up as well.
Why are people calling for the dice cam? Dice cam's on. There's no dice happening right now. All right, so we got a 5 straight from Arvel. Man, that 4K looks so good now. When we were talking about earlier.
Yes, it does.
Oh my goodness. That looks delicious.
Yeah, Arvel overshooting is I guess I mean, he's probably wanting to clear a pathway, I guess, a little bit. I'm wondering if Braylon's just gonna hopscotch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the 4K. Oh, he would have had a ranged one shot and not been shot. My heart hurts so
and
bad.
Not to mention, he probably would have avoided the reinforce and been able to get all that damage in there.
Well, at least 7 Fleet Gunner will be able to trigger on whoever he wants here.
Correct. I have to say, this is some tense stuff. I mean, we're looking. Obviously, the Handmaiden is threatening. She's always going to be something that they're just going to have to kind of keep in mind. Now, unlike, if I remember correctly, it's the attack shuttle that allows the Ghost to shoot out the rear.
Oh, both of them. Both of them do.
Oh, both of them do? Okay. So,
yeah, because the ship ability is actually on the Ghost itself. So you have the tail gun, 2 dice tail gun.
Okay. Well, that's good for him. He'll be able to take at least a small pot shot, probably at the Handmaiden. So
Braylon only barrel roll, no focus here, which also means no stress. So no rerolls.
No rerolls. However, it does allow, assuming that Chopper is able to survive, which more than likely he should, it does allow him to coordinate next turn before his activation.
Fine-tuned control should be able to barrel roll and be outside of the reinforced. That's going to be a juicy 4-die shot using that 7 Fleet Gunner, assuming that he does it. There's a target lock action.
Yeah. It's also good to point out that barrel rolling took him away from the debris, so therefore not giving the Ghost any additional dice.
There it is. 7 Fleet Gunner, flip, 4 dice.
This is interesting. Obviously, he believes that the Ghost is very deserving of getting burned down because he's also forgoing a range 1 shot at Braylon, which would be very, very tempting.
Oh, okay. Interesting. The math says that you should actually re-roll one of the focuses. Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
And he's converting them. He only had 2 4s left.
Yeah, still, all the shields are down, and that crit's getting through. Hopefully it won't be too bad for that. As a Ghost, you and even as a Decimator player, I mean, you you live in fear of all the crits. A loose stabilizer.
Loose stabilizer are forced to go straight or taking a damage next turn.
Yeah, that's not ideal in any way, shape, or form. You're probably going to be running the risk. I'm going to guess that he might turn it regardless. But
going to check the sinker reroll possibility here. Actually, with the reinforce in the back, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1 damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. They'll figure that out each way. It doesn't matter, even if he gets it. I guess if it's a crit, it could matter.
Yeah. So,
All right, so no shot.
yeah. Well, he's no shot from sinker. He does. Chopper does have a range 3 on the Handmaiden though, although this is more of living on a prayer than anything else.
Yep.
And
With the focus
rolling
evade, wasn't going to be doing anything there.
No, no, it's not.
Primary here again, reinforces in play.
Yeah.
One hit is what you're looking for. Just get one. You don't need anything fancy. All right. Yeah, you spend the focus because that gets past the 1 evade die.
Yep. And again, it looks like his goal is to whittle away as much as possible. So he's been working on that.
Yep. They poking the reinforce there. So let's talk a little hindsight here. Like I know the 7th Fleet Gunner, it felt really good to get that off on Mace, but you look at the situation. The 1 die I don't think is better than having that would have been a 3 die shot from sinker in addition to a great shot from Mace. Even if you would have done the extra 1 damage, I think you could have net 1 to 2 additional hits if you would have just let sinker take a shot on his own.
Correct. I think that there was possibly a question in his mind. Obviously, not to say exactly what he's thinking, but it's possible that he was thinking that sinker was not going to live regardless.
That's true.
Therefore took the disarm token specifically because Mace gets to fire first. So unless somehow Braylon was able to get him, so even then, I think at the initiative step it still would have gone off. So it was more of the guarantee than and he was kind of hedging his bets as one who bet at Corellia and lost. I could totally understand wanting to actually have the actual ace in your pocket versus the face down card and hoping. So, and I will say, honestly, like this closing in that the Republic player has done has been very, very good, and he's put himself into a very, very strong position now. Braylon obviously can easily turn around. That's not a problem. And Arvel is, in A-Wings with their double reposition is really good. But, he's kind of surrounded. And, the Rebel player is rather surrounded. And there's not a lot of great options here. He basically kind of forewent last turn and shooting at all. So it's, he's going to have to start working on at least getting something this turn, because obviously with sinker staying around, that was not ideal.
Agreed. So we have 41 minutes and change left in the round. Want to remind you guys that this round and all of our rounds this weekend have been brought to you by Quat Print Yards. Use that coupon code FlightClub2020 for 10% off. And if you're watching live, type !Quat in the Twitch chat to get the direct link to the website. Again, that's quatprintyards.com. Use that coupon code FlightClub2020. We already gave away one of the awesome dial covers that Brian sent me. Brian is the owner of the shop. Go ahead, get your own. Lots of different variations, factions. You got faces of characters, helmets. You also got plain ones if you want that, tokens, all the bits in X-Wing that you like. Go ahead, get it. Flight Club 2020. Now, one of the questions looking at the current position, now, William is definitely ahead. He's taken advantage of what Steve has given him. With Chopper only at 6 hull, and he's let's change that. It's actually going to be Chopper at 5 hull, because Chopper, I don't think, can afford to do a straight maneuver. A 1 straight fits if you want it, but what are you getting for the 1 straight? You're not getting much. You're not getting better positioning. You're getting 1 back shot on the Torrent, maybe. What's the move that Chopper needs to do to actually do some damage this turn?
So That's actually a great question. It really comes down. I do believe that the best option for Chopper would be to probably do. I believe the Ghost has a 3 bank, and that would be what I would say is his ideal. Ideal, assuming that he can bypass Arvel. And the reason I say that is because you are basically one awful shot if you do a 1 bank or a 1 straight, because he could do the 1 straight and then he could do a 1 turn, which is a stressed maneuver if I remember on the Ghost next turn. But you have a Naboo Handmaiden who has a lock on you. It looks like he's dumping the shuttle this turn, which
this is the correct choice. This is the correct choice. He can coordinate. This is what I was waiting for. He can coordinate after he bumps out the shuttle. He can coordinate the flipping of loose stabilizer right here, and then not have the punishment, as well as have another ship out.
I thought coordinate was an action on your card, not.
It is. It's AP. It's going to be AP5's action. No, no. You mean like the limited? No, you can. You can do any action. You can do any action.
Okay. Okay.
Anything.
I haven't actually tried to coordinate damage away.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Does he see it? What does he? What does he do? What does he do? He's giving it to Braylon. All right. He's gonna give the target lock to Mace.
Okay. That tells me. Ooh, and the nice bump. I was kind of interested to see. I felt that there was a good shot that the Naboo Handmaiden was going to just fly right through the cloud and not try to miss it. Looks like she is strained. But I figured that was, going to be her best bet to try and deal the blow on Chopper. And then Chopper does the 1 straight, which is, he's trying. Obviously, he had good faith in his blocking skills.
That's right. He's going to be using that back arc. Does have? Oh no, sorry. Doesn't even have the back arc anymore because he spit out the shuttle.
Yeah, and the shuttle has a potential to block the Gold Squadron as well, which is actually very very good, because it more than likely will make sure that it does not have a good shot on anyone. And then my guess is Braylon is possibly either doing a 2K or a Talon roll to try and get a good shot on Mace.
And what was the action there on Chopper? Did we miss that?
Chopper.
May have missed that.
Yeah.
Just gonna ask them what was.
Oh, did he flip? He flipped the stabilizer.
He flipped the stabilizer. Okay. Oh. Looks like we had a disconnect there on one of the players. So we're gonna get the timer pause on our side as well, so we can wait for the players. Oh, Nick's gonna have such a great time editing this. Sorry, Nick. Sorry, buddy. Well, this gives us a moment to just kind of hang out. Want to remind you guys that this upcoming weekend is the Dathomir Galactic Qualifier. Should be super fun. We are going to be live for that. Hopefully you guys can join us next weekend. Should be great. And if you want tickets for that to join, they're still on sale. GoldSquadronPodcast.com.
So I would...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, as one who participated in Corellia, and I'm probably going to do the East Coast one as well, even though that means getting up way early. I was, and this is not a paid advertisement at all, but the tournament was super duper great. It was absolutely fun. I thought it was wonderful for being able to play people I don't normally play. So, for instance, I played a guy named Arturo from Peru who absolutely crushed me. But,
right.
I mean, the Republic
Arturo's
list.
really
I mean,
good.
if I
actually, it's thematic. The shirt I'm wearing is from Arturo's Squadron.
Oh,
Convoy
excellent.
Squadron. That's right.
Yeah, I mean I unfortunately I don't get to play Resistance very often, and so when he just walked in and started adding dice, I didn't know what to do, and he burned Boba down, and Guri really did a lot of work, but she just couldn't pull it out in the end. But it's really awesome. I saw so many different squads, things that I wouldn't see. And all the players were super duper nice. They were all very eloquent. It was just a good time. We had a lot of fun, witty banter, but and it's just nice. One of the things that is great about Reno, and one of the things that is also bad about Reno, is that we don't actually have a super large amount of players, and so it's nice to get out there and actually see what's being run, and not have it just be on tournament software or something along those lines.
Yep.
But it was 100% smooth, and not to mention, I was that one guy. I'm sure D was really not happy about hearing my results every single time, because I was the guy who I had logged in and set up my tabletop TO on my Mac computer, and then I played on a PC, and then I couldn't find out what my password was, and I couldn't reset it, and so I kept having to report manually. It was just like old times.
All right, give me a quick second. I'm gonna jump into their channel here and talk them up. Hey guys, just checking in, friends.
Hey, Dion.
Hey, so who's disconnected right now?
He is currently disconnected. He's saying his computer's having a hard time connecting to his network. He's trying to get it back up.
All right. Well, we could wait a couple minutes. We still got plenty of time left on the clock here.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Kind of sucks, I know.
That's all right, man.
Sorry.
It's okay. The taco place I'm planning on going to for dinner is open 24 hours a day. We're good, man. I'm fine. As long as you're fine, I'm fine.
I'm fine. How are you? So where is that taco place in Chicago?
Lazo's. It's on Armitage and Western. Armitage and Western.
So unfortunate thing, because COVID shut down Gen Con, I was actually supposed to make a trip to Chicago this year, and I was actually going to reach out to you and see where's a good place to go eat, but then Chicago ended up having like an emporium on certain locations from coming in, and I had a buddy who was going to be from Louisiana, and that was one of them. So we were like, cool, we're just going to cancel everything. So I was excited to go to Chicago, but we'll put it on the list and hopefully go soon someday.
That's right. So whenever people come in and they want food, I know that people don't talk about barbecue when it comes to Chicago. Smoke Barbecue is my favorite restaurant in the city. Hands down. Smoke Barbecue. Smoke Barbecue. SMOQUE. Smoke Barbecue is the best.
Got it. I will make sure we put that down on the list and
this just went down.
Gain about 10 pounds on visiting Chicago.
That's right. Just let me know. Let me know if it's a weekend and it's post-COVID. We can hang out, get some play some X-Wing and eat some barbecue.
Heck yeah, that'd be a good time.
By the way, that's an invitation to all you guys out there, right? So if you guys don't know, I live in Chicago.
Kind of far from, it's like 16-hour drive.
That's not too bad.
That
Fine.
does sound like a great road trip.
All right, for anybody who's just joining us live on stream, we had a player having some network issues. We're just kind of hanging out and just waiting to see if we can get things rolling. As you see, the timer is paused there in the corner. GSP field trip to Chicago. Well, I will tell you this: one of the things that I was planning. So if you guys didn't know, there was we had partnered with. Warfare Weekend to the Gold Squadron Grand Championship as an official FFG event. and that of course got canceled because COVID, all those things. But one of the other things we were planning, and right now is on hiatus, back burner for now, is a Gold Squadron event actually in Chicago. What the exact event would have been, it doesn't really matter right now, but it essentially was going to be the Gold Squadron field trip event. And we were like, oh, we can plan all these cool things for people who visit Chicago for the first time for them to do. That could have been cool, but as of right now, that's the farthest. That's on the bottom of the lists right now for my Gold Squadron whiteboard. Very, very tiny little square it takes up right now.
It's always nice to have a lot of stuff in the works.
Yes, always.
All right, so I'm restarting my whole computer here. If it takes too long,
I'll just take over. I'll just start playing.
Yeah, you can just take over. See if you can get my ghost out of this terrible spot.
I'll try.
Ooh, save it, and have it as like a the GSP Flight Academy.
Yeah,
there
right?
you go. Whoa.
Get yourself out of this spot.
Challenge question.
That's right. Computers do computer things sometimes. It happens, man.
Yeah. I'm just
It's
glad
better
this didn't happen during the Corellia event. That would have been really terrible.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Like I'm glad. Yes, we've been very fortunate for the big events for stuff like this not to happen. Like sometimes it happens on individual, computer basis, but but yeah, things have been really good.
All right, I'm back I'm back online now. I'm just getting Tabletop Simulator up. I should be back very shortly.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Internet check. Step 1. Fantastic. Couple of other chats here. Cell Brute in the chat says 2 weeks ago would have been the Canadian Grand Championships. I know. I was planning on being there. I was going to be one of the official one of the streams that was there. Like I had. Oh, my goodness, I have so many airline credits right now. It's ridiculous because I'm like, will I be able to use these before they expire? Let's be honest.
Or before the airplane goes under.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay,
All
I'm back in.
All right, Tabletop Simulator on, signed into the match, promoted so that he can do
so
things.
nice to do this in person. Not have this tech issue.
All right, looks like it's loading up. I see the percentages going up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the wait.
We just we hit an ion cloud. That's all it was. It's good.
There it is. There it is. All right.
Just had to give a quick reboot.
Are there tacos in Star Wars? Ooh, that's a legit question. Come on. Yes.
I would hope there's tacos in Star Wars.
Okay, so I believe we were at Arvel, weren't we?
Yes, we are at year 3.
Dion, should I just go ahead and get back into it?
Yeah, just keep it rolling. We'll start that time up again in 3, 2, 1. Let the clock roll. All right, I'll head back to the commentary room, guys. Have fun. All right, we're back, Tom.
And we're back. That's right. And the glories of editing will make it look like we were never gone.
That's right. If Nick catches it, that's the challenge. Here we go. Let me know if this makes it to YouTube. Let me know so I can mess with Nick.
Yeah, and we have Arvel coming up on the side of Mace Windu, and there's Braylon doing the 2K. So I figured he would do either one or the other. So this is interesting because I think he's trying to bait Mace into a bad position here. Oh, wow, a 5K.
Ooh, 5K. Well, that does two things. It gives him a range one shot, and it brings back one of his force using his ability.
Yes. Also, so Sinker has taken another disarm token, and I believe Mace is going to be in the 7th Fleet Gunner arc.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a nice, big, juicy shot. This could be, really bad for Chopper.
So this is Braylon firing right now into Mace. It's going to be taking a shield.
Yeah. Not a bad start. I mean, he, 2 hits and a crit. It's a solid opening roll. And then spending the target lock, I believe, to take the Auto Blaster shot. So, but with just 1 hit, so.
Takes the target lock. Alrighty. Let's see who is up right now. There's the evades. Now he should have used actually the 7th Fleet Gunner on.
Well, he hasn't used it yet.
But he can't actually use it on Mace because Mace is already going to have a 4-die shot. 7th Fleet Gunner wouldn't do anything. So he should have used it. He should save it for the Gold Squadron Troopers attack.
Yes. 4 dice coming in hot on a 0. Obviously. Ooh. Ouch.
Use the force. Use the force. Just spend it. Choose violence. Oh, he's checking for the reroll here from Sinker.
Reroll.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, with 2 crits. Oh.
Hey, there it is. 2 hits, 2 crits.
Yeah, with 2 crits, that could actually very well spend the end of Chopper.
Hit.
Oh, yeah, that's that. I mean, it'd be
Hull
bad
breach.
Regardless. Oh, and the direct.
So he's down to 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 10 plus hull breach. He's got 2 left.
So, wouldn't the extra damage that's being done by the direct also be a crit because of hull breach?
It would be. I think he actually deleted his ship a little early.
Yeah. And
I mean, he was probably going to die anyway. Let's be
probably.
honest.
All right.
Yeah, I
so,
think he's technically still alive.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, unless I'm missing something, unless there's like a doubled card somewhere, he is actually still alive.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got a
Yep.
hull upgrade as well. So I mean, I think he has 2 hull left.
I'm gonna ask him.
There's only 9 cards there.
Die to Mace. Yeah, you got the hull upgrade, exactly. Also only has 9 cards out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole breach should be face up.
The damage.
Stun pilot.
Yeah, and a stun pilot. But yeah, even then there was no extra damage, so I think he should still be at 1.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mama taught me how to count, and that's only 10 cards. All right.
I mean, he probably won't live past the Gold Squadron Trooper, but you never know.
Right. Yeah, we know how to restore. I'm just trying to. So I think he still has. Let's see. Let me just jump back in that channel. Hold on. This
Sure.
saves the time. Hey guys, so just real quick, Chopper still technically has 1 hole left. Can we just have the Gold Squad
popping in here?
Yeah. So the Chopper still has 1, but can we just have the Gold?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Do you want me to bring him back, or should we leave him dead because I took him off the board already?
Well, so it's super easy to put it back, but let's maybe not even worry about it. Gold Squadron Trooper attack, and if you get 1 damage, he's dead. So that solves that right now, and Chopper's dead.
There it is.
Excellent. Cool. All right.
But Chopper would get a shot now. So that's the thing. Should I take Chopper?
Well, you wouldn't have a shot because you're facing forward, and you don't have a back arc anymore because you deploy AP5.
Right. So yeah, we're fine. We're totally fine.
Everything's fine here.
Fine.
It's okay.
So Sinker from AP5.
All right, we cool. So
right.
I think you probably caught what happened there. We had the Gold Squadron Trooper attack, and it would have killed Chopper. So no need to take him out.
Yeah. Well, as we said, we figured that was probably it, but you never know. He could have rolled 3 blanks. I mean, it's entirely possible.
That's right. Sinker just died to the
Oh.
AP5, the destroyer of all things.
Yeah, because he has that rear arc, right?
Yep.
It's stealthy. So
Now looking at the real quick here, looking at
Sure.
the whole, I just want to just double check to make sure I have all the health here correct and all the points correct. Yes. So the only thing that took damage on Steve's side is Chopper. William is ahead, but really not by that much. It's 72 to 63. Steve still has a chance.
Absolutely he does. And honestly, I mean, if you're the shuttle is the shuttle is in a relatively decent position, but both Arvel and Braylon are forces to be reckoned with at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
And with Braylon, the only person that you're going, I believe, the only person that he goes before is Mace. So he's in a good, I mean, B-Wings, especially Braylon, where he wants to twin link his actions. He can reposition a little bit to try and get better shots. And with Arvel, you just run him in there and hope to bump. So, not to mention by losing Chopper, now the Handmaiden has to reset a little bit. She's got to go reacquire a target lock, and hopefully get within range 1. She's still obviously very much a threat.
All right, everybody. Arwen is going to bed now. Good night, Arwen. For
Good night,
anybody who
Arwen.
doesn't know, that's my little one. It's not plugged in, honey. The headset's not plugged in. You won't hear anybody. But here, you could say good night to everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're saying good night, Arwen. Did they say I love you? I'm sure somebody will write it now. All right, baby girl, I love you. Mm-hmm. This is a family show, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, so we actually see Arvel finally doing his thing. So smashing into that Gold Squadron pilot, with the Gold Squadron pilot actually having an evade, it does make him a little less worried about what Arvel's going to do, but still right there. And then the Naboo Handmaiden took her lock on Braylon, so he's probably going to be staring down some torpedoes unless he can get lucky. If it was me, I'd probably try to barrel roll just to get that stress, because that's what he loves. But you're running into the fact that it doesn't get you out of her arc, sadly.
Right.
So more than likely Mace is going to do something where he's either going to bump or shoot past. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about him quite as much. But obviously the Handmaiden with her, she's got 2 evade dice plus an actual evade. Braylon wants to barrel roll and target lock so that he can get the double shot.
Yep, there is the barrel roll taking the stress for that modifier. By the way, I did just fix the overlay. I had accidentally at some point reduced Braylon's shield by 2. Braylon's full. Hasn't been touched. That is probably the next priority target, by the way, from for William, which, by the way, you see it's going to be receiving that advanced proton torpedo. And it looks like they're going to be trading some shots.
Yeah, honestly, I think right now even though he got Arvel to be in the position that he honestly usually wants to be in.
Mm-hmm.
If I were him, I would still probably try to finish off the Naboo Handmaiden, just because with both Braylon and Arvel firing at her, it's got real potential to take her down.
Agreed.
I think one of the reasons
did a little barrel roll there, a little shimmy shimmy, and here we go. Let's get into these shots.
Yeah.
Range 1, 4 dice from Braylon.
Oh, wow.
That's the money there. That's how you roll.
That's right.
1 hit,
Didn't have
3
to tell
crits.
Braylon.
Rolls the natties though.
She does roll the natties, which is important because that allows her to keep that evade for the next shot.
And no bullseye, so nothing too crazy, but still gets a shot. No additional die. 3 dice.
So, and he is stressed, so he does get rerolls.
Mm-hmm. Braylon doing his thing.
Yeah.
And just 2.
Still pushing some damage through.
And natties again. This Handmaiden is the real thing, ladies and gentlemen.
The real question is, did she learn to spin?
The spinning is a good trick.
It is.
So we know that Mace doesn't have any shots. And here comes Arvel.
The one thing about Mace is that Mace has positioned himself to, without stress or anything, he can do a tight one and get right back into this next turn. So that's something that, obviously he's not being able to take down the Handmaiden is going to have a lot of extra repercussions, unfortunately. And Arvel, so did Arvel decide to shoot at the GSP or the Gold Squadron Trooper?
I'm confused. Why did he? Because he only took two shields. He nattied twice, right? 4 dice. He's shooting into the gold now. There's a console fire.
That is.
And oof.
It's fitting that there's a console fire with Arvel. But honestly, without having the Handmaiden burn her evade token, it makes a lot of sense to try and hurt the Gold Squadron Trooper.
Hold on, we'll get that fixed in a second here. I'm gonna jump back.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have a shot.
Yes, Dion.
So I'm pretty sure this Handmaiden didn't take that damage. I'm like 99% sure because you took 2 damage because you rolled 4 hits and then 2 evades.
Right. You shouldn't have taken a damage.
I definitely thought you got half points there.
Nope.
I got 2 hits and you got 2 evades.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you just natting. Stop natting and you'll take more damage if you want it, okay? Just stop rolling so good.
I'm not used to it.
All right, that's all. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, we're back. Okay, Norby, thanks for the sub. Okay, so let's get back down here.
Yeah. Looks like the Naboo Handmaiden is taking her shot. And more than likely, he's going to reroll those 2 dice with the target lock. No need not to. Oof.
Oh, all right. That's how you do it. That seems pretty good. That is how you do it. And
yeah.
Let's get some half points.
Yeah. Braylon's lucky that he got that 1 because that makes it just shield, so he doesn't have to worry about a crit. But that was some great shooting by the Republic player. He has had a stellar turn of rolling as well.
That's right. Right score right now, 101-63. Republic is ahead with William.
This is also why people should never take my betting advice.
All right. So 20 minutes left here. Honestly, this is still anybody's game. Braylon can hit really hard. The Naboo Handmaiden only has one advanced proton torpedo, so she can't do that again. Can William make those 2 dice do some work?
Yeah, William's in a because William's the Republic player, right? Or
yes, yes.
Rebel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, William is the Republic. Republic.
Yeah. Okay. So the Rebel player is in a decent position because at this point, without stressing himself, the Republic player has to shoot past and readjust outside of Mace. Mm-hmm. Mace, as you know, since he is in an Aether Sprite, is going to be squirrely for sure. But Arvel's probably going to need to reset a little bit, but AP5 and Braylon should both be able to, at least participate in fighting this turn. And then potentially, depending on what AP5 actually does, he might actually be able to get away with a lucky bump or cut off an escape route, or be able to take a trailing shot at somebody trying to leave and reset for the next turn. The Naboo Handmaiden is let's see here. So 3 Talons are the only way that she can turn around directly.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I just don't think that that's a good call for him. I think it's better to probably... at this point, looking at the table, it's probably going to be a 3-turn.
Yep, I would agree.
Which would allow him to actually take a lock on AP5 and probably use that last torp. Because, that might as well use it or lose it. She is, her shields are down, so she's pretty fragile at the moment. So, it's gonna kind of factor if she can survive all the way into AP5. Then at least they'll get shots off if he's able to take her down. But we know that the Gold Squadron Trooper can't turn around with anything because he's stressed. So basically, it's going to be Mace this turn. However, if she does a 3-turn, that potentially could hamper Mace's ability because he's probably doing a one hard turn to the right, and then more than likely a barrel roll out. But he's going to be kind of limited depending on what she's doing. Also, while they're
all right, here we go. AP5 getting it done here. There is.
Yep.
I don't care about this Cloud.
No, he does not.
Took that 3-turn. Takes a stress because that is a red maneuver on the Sheathipede. And not strained.
Lucks out and not strained. And this is a good spot for him because if the oh wow.
Took the Talon, trying to catch Braylon in the arc.
Yeah.
Does not get the evade though.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Caught it.
That's an interesting choice. I would not. I really didn't think that she would take that turn.
I mean, he's probably just thinking the fact that Braylon can't turn around and shoot her. But, of course, Arvel could turn into her pretty easily and take her off the board. Yeah. But maybe he's hoping that Arvel's not willing to turn towards the board edge.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. I think Arvel had a really high percentage chance of turning right just because there is the debris there. And you don't want to stress out if you don't have to. But he does get the bump on the Gold Squadron Trooper, which is pretty good. And then the 2 right, and he's already
their Predator range 1. You got everything you want there.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, he could barrel roll, but it really depends on what Braylon's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Safe to say it's not going to be a 2K out of Braylon.
No. There it is. There it is. Using the Arvel ability, saying, wait a second, I can just bump you with a boost. But he actually could have done the focus and then boost using the vector thrusters. So lost out on a possible modification.
That he did. It's possible that he didn't want to be stressed next turn because he was going to have to take.
I mean, the two turn. You got that all day. You got the two turn all day right there. And here we go. One right turn
and it
for
would
Mace.
Honestly put you in a good. Oh yeah. So we saw that kind of coming. It was probably his best move. Now it does keep him in range 1 of AP5 even after that, but to try and eliminate Braylon, whose shields are down, and is probably too good a chance to take up. One thing to point out though is that Mace he only does have 1 force.
Mm-hmm. So he's got to make sure that hits hard. Here we go. Range 1 from Braylon into the Gold Squadron Trooper, 1 away from half.
Yeah. If Braylon does relatively well, it's the 2 blanks, but he does get the reroll because he is stressed.
Yep. That's 3.
3 hits.
A blank out kills him. He's got him.
And it does.
Troopers down. 101 to 88 now. Steve starting to tack on those points.
Definitely slowly crawling his way back into this.
Can Mace maybe put the end to this B-Wing? Remember, like Thomas said, only 1 force available. Oof.
Oh, wow. But thankfully Mace did get the target lock, so he can spend that.
Yeah, you spend it on everything. That is the correct choice. Got 2, spends a force. That's a little aggressive for my taste, but you know what?
Yeah.
He's trying to get some damage in here.
Yeah, especially with no crit, although Mace does have the option, since he's not stressed currently, to stress next turn and regenerate 2 force. But yeah, you're basically, Braylon is almost out of this. It's going to be, it's going to be difficult. But now we have Arvel to see, because if Arvel can eliminate the Handmaiden, then that makes a real uphill battle for Mace.
Predators in. Oh, kills for a focus. Look at that. That would have been hit crit if he would have used the vector thrusters. Oh, the evade.
Oh, yes.
Feels bad. Feels bad. Intimidation.
Really
That's
bad.
why only one agility there, by the way.
Yeah. Although, so now we have the 1, and this is probably why, especially not killing Braylon, I wouldn't have spent the 1 force with AP5, but Mace does luck out with only 1 crit. Oh, and he natties.
Safe. Wow.
With yeah, that's not entirely how I thought that would pan out, but no focus. This is why we do it, so folks.
That's right. So right now, score 101 to 88. Steve still has a chance. Could have been, 1 away from being ahead. Actually, no, half of the Handmaiden is expensive because of that proton torpedo. He would have gotten 24 points. That would have put him ahead, Thomas. If he would have gotten that half. Oh, Kingdom for a focus right there. Ah.
Yeah, well, and with 3 ships kind of converging on Mace has to really decide whether or not, what he wants to do. With only 12.5 minutes, I mean, he could certainly squirrel away if he wanted to. But it's not how I play. But I do know that there's nothing wrong with it. With the Handmaiden, my guess is that she'll probably be turning in Mace. It would actually make a lot of sense for him to do a sloop, try to catch Arvel. Just to also regenerate that force, but it would mean that he's probably not target locking anything, so it's risky. But he also has a 1 turn. He could, if he 1 turns to the right, then he could possibly catch Arvel. but I think that's riskier. I think the better, safer play is to just continue to try and hammer Braylon.
All right, here we go.
If he's able to take Braylon down.
We got a coordinate from AP5.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Oh, but he can't coordinate Braylon because
Yes.
Braylon is stressed.
Yes, he can because he's AP5.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's got that ability.
Yeah, shenanigans.
I always forget about him. Very much so.
3 bank, clears a stress on the maiden, takes the evade, and boosts evade there with the ship ability on the Naboo.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Arvel has a lot of options now that he's turned. It looks like he definitely wanted to, with the one turn he was obviously, I think that's why he didn't want that focus from last turn, because I don't believe a one turn is green for the A-Wing. Not ideal with Braylon landing on a cloud. And I don't think they want to be rolling the green die for that.
Wrong one. And takes...
almost had the no strain. Yeah, but he that's difficult. I mean, reducing the one strain already, or the one agility of a B-Wing to nothing is tough.
Especially when you got a Mace Windu sitting at their range 1 now.
Yeah, there's the sloop, and he regenerates that extra force for it, which puts him in great position to fire at both. He's got what Maverick referred to as a target-rich environment.
There it is. And safe. And actually, it's range 1 to Arvel or range 2 to Braylon.
Yeah. Honestly, you should still shoot at Braylon because you can take him right off the board with no evade dice. It's all you have to do is get one in, and so there he goes.
And he did it. 129 to 88. William opening up the gap.
Yeah. Still has the rear shot with AP5.
Got one.
Yeah. And he's certainly not out of this game. I mean, Arvel's ability more than allows him to try and be annoying, for sure, and deliver damage at the same time. So, and the Handmaiden, with her shields down, she's only got, I believe, 3 hull. And as you pointed out, she's very expensive. She could be a primary target to try.
That's very true.
Bring him back into this game.
Just a quick funny here. This is actually the first time it would have mattered. We almost got to see for the first time, I think, on GSP stream, the decoyed effect possibly take place, but Mace rode too many evades for it to matter. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the Handmaiden gives the decoyed condition card to a friendly ship, and decoyed says, while you defend, this is on Mace now, while Mace Windu defends, each friendly Naboo Handmaiden in the attack arc may spend one evade to change one of your results to an evade action. An evade result. So that would have been able to save Mace some damage if it would have been relevant.
Well, the green dice have definitely been very, very good turning out for our Republic player, especially when the Naboo Handmaiden was looking at, in a perilous position, but then just could not stop rolling some paint.
We got the 2-turn and calculate from AP5. And it looks like we're going to get an engagement there on the left side of the board in the next turn or so.
Yeah. Definitely looks like he's setting up AP5 for next turn. He still has the...
and the boost does not fit.
Yeah. That's actually really, really fortunate for him. It allows him to, definitely make sure that, obviously it's going to be an obstructed attack if it's in range. So,
yep. Oh, I like this.
Out considerably.
I like this. Oh, the block.
Oh, wow.
That is money. Money in the bank, baby. Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is the best case scenario for Arvel. You've got Mace. He's fully forced up, but you have him at range 1 with a focus and the Predator. You don't have to fear the retribution. Oh wow, and the good opening. He should be taking
hits.
that one and re-rolling it for the Predator.
Oh, this is Mace. This is Mace going into AP5 first. Okay. Yep, and now we'll have Arvel.
Still a great roll.
Yes, range 1. Range 0. 3 dice.
Yeah.
Spend the focus. Hit crit.
And with the Intimidate, you're down 1 and Mace blanks out.
Oh, hit crit.
So this could be the end.
Looking for direct.
Oh.
Wounded Pilot. This matters actually for Jedi. After you perform an action, roll an attack die on a hit or a crit, take a stress token. Could limit some of the action potential for Mace. Oh my gosh. William, when you watch this video, you could have had half of the Handmaiden already. You would be winning the game. Yeah.
Arvel's still in a great position. Obviously, with getting half on Mace, if he can get half of the Handmaiden and mitigate damage to himself, he puts himself in a real good position to actually, pull this game.
Oh, another actually missed trigger here by Steve. By William. He could have used the evade from the Handmaiden because it decoyed.
Oh.
Because the Handmaiden was an arc, I believe. Let me check. Just going back. It sure was. Oof.
Big oof. Thankfully, though, it wasn't missed while he was going to be destroyed, because that would have been a bigger bummer. At this point, Mace is still alive and kicking. So it's gonna be interesting. My guess, Arvel's gonna be tough to catch. I figure that they're gonna converge on AP5 and try to take him right out of the game.
All right, here we go. AP5, and the Naboo Handmaiden facing down.
Yeah.
Who's the captain? Takes the target lock.
Now this will actually be very interesting, because Arvel obviously won't get his ability, but he did squeak into what looks like a range 1 on the Handmaiden.
This is coming down to the wire, folks. We might get another turn in here. These guys are moving pretty fast, but this probably is the last one. Action is fixing Wounded Pilot on Mace. Could be a mistake, especially this being so late in the game. Especially if he needs a target lock. Range 1.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, spend 2 force. That works out.
That it does.
Nice.
Oh, but AP5 doesn't want to go quietly.
That's right. That's not quite half yet. Needs 1 more for half.
No.
What's the crit?
Wounded Pilot.
Another Wounded Pilot. Everybody's wounded around here.
That's right. Now this will be the real question. Can Arvel actually take out the Handmaiden before she's able to dump her proton torpedoes on AP5? Because this is trying to save your buddy in the most... Oh, wow. And he blanks out. That's all sorts of feel bad.
Arvel. You could have been the hero.
Could have been. Maybe he's just not good at anything if he's not touching.
That's right. 3 hits from the Naboo going into AP5. Could be it. Nope.
Is this
still? That's half.
No. This is AP5 shooting into the Handmaiden.
Oh, that's the opposite around. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
half points on the handmaiden. Now the Naboo the other way around.
Yeah, because she's going to be rolling a lot more dice.
So Steve's ahead right now, 129 to 144. Two
Definitely
hits. Spending the lock.
I guess.
Just two.
Oh.
It takes one. That is half points. 145 to 144. William is just barely ahead, and that is the game. Oh, actually, no. They actually have a minute left on their timer. They got 1 minute left on their timer. Not quite time because we had that weird pause thing. The timers weren't synced up. This is the final turn. The final turn. Let's go.
Honestly, I don't think you could have asked for a tighter game. I mean, going into the final turn with 1 point left to separate them, and you have basically everybody but Arvel is hurting in some sort of way.
Can you feel the tension? You can cut it with a butter knife.
You can. I'm guessing that the handmaiden will probably do a Talon. My guess would be to the right. And Mace will probably do a one hard. Makes the most sense for time on target and trying to actually, finish the job on AP5.
Insert comment on how the handmaiden could have been dead.
Yes.
The handmaiden could have been dead.
And the focus. Oh, look at this. So AP5 is probably also thinking the exact same thing, which is that he is now looking. It looks like he's trying to do a block on the handmaiden. I think he's going to miss unless he's able to barrel roll. Oh, no.
So he's rolling for. It's actually irrelevant in this situation because it's the last turn.
Yeah. But
sure, it takes a stress, but yeah, being consistent.
Yeah. Handmaiden has lined up her shot.
I'm not throwing away my shot. Let's go. Arvel trying to get Mace. I don't know if he'll get him. Mace looks like he's got some room to maneuver there.
Yeah, it's going to come down to whether or not he did the one hard or if he's doing something else. I don't know if I like that boost. But it turns out to be good.
Oh, my goodness. What is happening right now? What is this game? How do you play X-Wing?
Oh, wow. So,
Arvel's fresh. He hasn't taken any damage whatsoever.
Yeah. Arvel's in a great position to take the punch from Mace and still deliver it back. And three hits
a force for hit
probably means that Arvel is not going to sweat this too much.
3 dice.
Oh, but he blanks.
That's half points. Hit,
bad.
Crit.
And blinded pilot, that's super bad.
All right, so blinded pilot.
He definitely does not like that. And
all right. There you go. Sorry, he actually grabbed the whole stack of cards. Damage sensory. You cannot perform actions except for focus. It actually doesn't matter. It's the last turn.
Yeah. Blinded pilot would have been way.
3 dice.
Oh.
Predator. That's
into
3.
The focus.
Mace is dead. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mace is going down.
And another point shift here. 165 to 176.
Wow. Now it's going to come down to see what the handmaiden can do. If she can take out AP5, that's going to be good. But man, this is becoming quite the nail biter.
Yeah, that would get him 16 points, and that would that wait 16? Now that'll put him ahead, right? 165. Yeah.
Wow.
And 1 hit only. AP5's got the calculate.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, and he scores
he's
the one
fine.
focus.
right there. End of the game, 165 to 176. Absolutely amazing game by both these players. Nail biter right at the end. Wow.
Yeah, I love games that come down to the last roll. You know, it shows that both players are really like no one decided that they were going to kind of, just take the easy road out. But it's man, that was quite the game.
That's our game of the week right there. I think that's the best game we've had this week.